Спасибо большое, что все пришли, потратили праздничный день, потратили субботу, или инвестировали, я надеюсь, они потратили. Мы постарались привезти 5 моделей мониторов. Привезли. Это мониторы компании Ив-Аудио, модели 4-дюймовые, 5-дюймовые, 7-дюймовые, 8-дюймовые, двухполосные и трехполосная модель 5-дюймовая. Вы, наверное, все читали про Ив-Аудио, откуда растут ноги. Я также пригласил господина Роланда Штенца. Он ранее работал в компании Adam Audio. Вот, был конструктором всех мониторов Adam. Сейчас, с 2010 года, Ив Audio — это его собственный продукт, собственный бренд. Компания производит мониторы массово и продает их с середины 2012 года. Что еще можно сказать? Ну, самая лучшая реклама продукта — это качество. То есть я предлагаю послушать. Помимо этого у нас есть легкая апера, девушки могут помочь с напитками и с бутербродами, а также все, кто хотят, могут задать вопросы Роланду касательно мониторов, настроек, технологий и прочее, прочее, прочее.
Ура.
И еще раз спасибо большое, что вы пришли.
Ура, ура.
Roland, I just introduced you for the people and told short story about company, about speakers, and today we have a very old traditional holiday, like a Soviet Union Army Day or something like that. Is also old holiday.
We have this in former East Germany as well.
Yeah. Вот. И so we can check monitors, and we have something inside there, like a short apero, drinks, and so on, so on, so on. So you are more than welcome.
I will be there.
You're gonna be there. I was thinking you will be here to support me.
Yeah, okay.
Если у кого есть вопросы, спросить, послушать, диски, флеш, носители, без вопросов, давайте будем этим заниматься.
Это, наверное, позже. Хотелось бы услышать просто, чтобы он рассказал о мониторах чуть-чуть.
Roland, maybe you can say something about monitors, like a constructor, like a designer.
Main idea.
Yeah. Okay, I can tell you some words about the monitors. Normally, yeah, let's...
Do we need to translate? Или все поймут?
Ну, в основном, да?
Ну,
все понимают. Ну, если что, да, переведем.
Потому что есть какие-то точности.
You can ask. So based on my experience from Adam Audio, it was for me a normal way when I left Adam Audio to make my own business called Eve Audio. So beside Adam Audio, I have a quite long experience from the East German broadcast companies where I started my profession. And during the Adam time, of course, I get contacted with the air motion transformer technology, what I like for some reasons. And the air motion transformer gives a better translating for the higher frequencies without these distortion problems what you have with metal domes and fabric dome drivers. And what I try is to find a solution where the combination between the speedy high frequency driver is also the same in the low frequency. So I try to find a good combination for that. And to make it a little bit different from Adam, I have the bass reflex tubes on the backside, what avoid these airstream noise, what you normally can get from front-ported loudspeaker systems. There's a DSP inside and PWM amplifiers. It's a modern concept. I want to have a easy to use user interface in the front, and if you have this encoder knob in the front, you need a microcontroller from the backside, and if you have a microcontroller, then it's easy, it's a short way to use a DSP for controlling the audio signal. I wouldn't say that, or I wouldn't like to discuss analog versus digital. In the end, the complete monitor system should be very well manufactured and very well designed, so it doesn't so much matter whether it is an analog or a DSP based system. So I would never say analog is better than DSP or DSP is better than analog. We have so much mixed environments in the studios, digital, analog, and all these stations in between. software instruments and hardware instruments. So it is a mix in the world, and I have decided to go for DSP because it's a modern concept and it opens a way for other products to me later on. Not in show here, we have also subwoofers and bigger models which will show up later this year, not later this year, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a small model here, the 204, with a 4-inch driver, 5-inch driver, 7-inch, 8-inch driver, and here the double 5-inch driver, and here's anything wrong?
No.
Yeah. So and here we have the 305 and also available is the 307, but is a double 7-inch model. This is here a double 5-inch model, and to tell, both woofers are not running in the same frequency range.
Both. Понятно, да, что в данном случае два спикера не работают на одних и тех же частотах.
So it's like a two-way system, what is vertical oriented with an additional subwoofer. So in this configuration, the subwoofer is outside and the midwoofer is inside. So
like it was in P33 in Adam, yeah?
Yeah, so and P33 is the same and A77X is the same, but you don't, we have here a dip switch on the backside, so you can decide in your studio what is the left and the right speaker, and you don't have to buy A and B speaker or left and right.
Okay.
So, yeah, short story about the speakers.
Oh, thank you. Нужен перевод или как? Какие-то вопросы еще
Основные
есть?
моменты по поводу регулировок и что можно регулировать в колонках.
Roland, what can be adjusted in the speakers?
By DSP?
Yeah, you have in the front you have normal volume settings, of course, direct easy access, and you can also adjust from the front low shelf, high shelf filters and desktop notch, which adjust frequency ranges between 200 Hertz in the smaller models down to 160 Hertz in the bigger models. And if you turn this desktop notch to positive value, then it reacts as an let's say bass boost filter at 80 Hertz, so that for all the drum and bass guys that they have a little bit more fun in their studios. Or if more bass or more pressure in the lower frequency is needed, then you can adjust it also to high levels. The access is quite easy. If the speaker is normal working, you can adjust the volume immediately, and if you push the button, then you can have access to different functions of the shelf filters, and then you press the button again, and then you can adjust the shelf filter.
Shelf filter, Николай, shelf filter, понятно.
Полочный,
Yeah,
да?
push one filter. Yeah.
Шелф можно не переводить.
So there's a front knob where you can switch the unit on and off in a standby mode. And you have in the backside also a main power switch, and it doesn't matter. You can in every case you can switch off and on the unit with the main power switch. All settings are stored, so it's like an analog monitor, so you don't have to press an extra store button or some complicated menus. That's what I want from the beginning, an easy to use monitor, which is from the handling like an analog studio monitor. I hate that personally, to go in setups and to remember, and then suddenly software is hanging or something like that. I don't like the idea. Yeah.
Это во всей линейке такие регулировки, да?
The same adjustment can be applied for all models.
Yeah. Yeah. So and on the back side you have dip switches, and you can.
We can show.
Yeah, you have you have some dip switches on the backside, and you have on the front you have all the abilities to adjust the filters and the volume settings. So, and if you have a setup what is playing very well, and you have some SAE students or something, people who want to play with the monitor, then you can lock the volume settings and the filter settings independently from each other. So you can make your adjustment, put the dip switches, and then you can see the values which are chosen, but you cannot change. So, and for the three-way models, you have the woofer change dip switch, so that you can directly decide
Which one is
which one is a woofer and which one is a mid-woofer.
То есть вот это надо,
Yeah.
наверное,
That's not- it's not a mid-range,
объяснить
it's a
точнее
mid-woofer.
людям.
Ну,
Yeah.
То есть он может работать и как сабвуфер, и как дополнительный вуфер. правильно?
Нет, идея, как я понял, Роланд, give me a second, как я понимаю, два спикера могут работать на двух разных диапазонах.
Это
И
понятно.
какой из них НЧ, какой из них СЧ, это можно выбрать,
Естественно,
установить.
То есть, чтобы не делать левый и правый, как бы
Да,
закреплённый,
то есть можно, чтобы не менять положение там вверх-вниз,
И
просто
отдельно
говоришь, окей.
накручивается.
Нет, ничего отдельно не отходит.
И ты говоришь, что окей, сегодня это низ, а завтра это вверх. Ну, условно говоря.
Почему он в конструктиве сделал фазоинвертор назад?
What was the purpose to
В отличие от
bus port on the backside?
говорил вообще об этом.
For me, the main issue was to avoid a bass reflex tube noise. It's one important thing. Then the second important thing is that for the tweeter and for the mid-range frequency, is it good to have a flat front? Beside waveguides and all these constructions. But if you have big holes in the front, then you have a quite notch effect. What is not to see if you have marketing compatible frequency charts in the papers, but you can see it and you can sometimes hear it, because the port resonance it's physics. You cannot avoid
То есть
that.
это не было продиктовано
And sometimes
маркетинговыми
you-
делами, да? Абсолютно, да.
And yet sometimes you can hear some wrong things in the midst with these systems.
Планирует ли он, планируется ли линейка с цифровыми вкатами?
Do you plan to have monitors with digital inputs?
Yeah, it's of course. If we have a DSP inside, then it is on the table to have a digital input. And I had to
And maybe
decide.
with software
Yeah, it's,
adjustment.
It was simply there was simply a reason. We have had a solution ready with a digital input, but
У них
the
было уже решение по цифровому входу.
manufacturer of the circuits what we want to use proclaimed that they can 192 kilohertz, but in real they could only handle 48 kilohertz. So, and that was a killing argument to say, okay, we have to stop it, and and to enter the market with a bad digital input makes no sense.
Еще вопросы, господа?
Драйвера собственной конструкции или...
Адамовские.
использование?
Или адамовские, да?
Нет, ну почему? Это же не
Drivers,
то.
it is your own
Мы никому не
production, not production, but development.
All these ingredients are made based on my requests. So I really sit in a company, make all the technical drawings by myself, and the prototyping is made in Berlin. So me personally sit in the
What
factory.
difference with Adam, the same tweeters?
It's a different diaphragm material, different magnet system, and the diaphragm holder is a little bit different, so that the production is easier to do and more constantly. It's the variation with the tweeters can be very much, and if you have to rebuild tweeters very often, then it's difficult. So I try to make the handling of the tweeter production better and come more constantly.
А диаграмма направленности такая же узкая, как в Адамах, или она расширена?
Почему? Кто сказал, что в Адама она узкая?
Ну, меня лично она не устраивает, когда отсаживаюсь на несколько сантиметров, и STA модель. Да. Ну, как бы, и судя по обзорам, действительно такая проблема есть. Вот интересно, эта конструкция эту проблему решила или нет?
Андрей, а как по-английски будет диаграмма?
Diagram or direction.
Diagram. So this gentleman is quite a very famous gentleman in Ukraine and in Russia. He is producing very superior dance music. As for me, his name is Andrei, so name is Vakhnenko, and he works on Adam. And if I'm not mistaken, Adam is your favorite speakers. He has some minority problem, or maybe it is a general problem. For example, if he sits at his position, every sound the mix is fine, but just a couple of centimeters back. If he moves a couple of centimeters back, sound picture is not
Change.
sound picture changes.
You have an S3A. Yeah, S3A. S3A is similar to this model, and you have also two different frequency ranges. And the problem is if you would take a two-channel system in horizontal, then you have a dispersion problem. It's the same if you have a two-way system and you move up and down. You will hear a big change in the sound effect. It's physics. So
The filtering maybe.
not the filtering. You have dispersion problems in the vertical side. It's for every speaker. It's the same. Yeah, because you change you change the phase condition between the speakers or the drivers. So, and because that the three-channel systems are vertical located two-way systems with an additional subwoofer. You have this dispersion what you have in the two-channel systems in vertical, you have it here in horizontal.
Горизонтально.
So that's the reason why this image
То
is
есть все
changing.
мониторы
So
это
they-
физика, Андрюха. Тут
These
никуда не
speakers
денешься.
are more sensitive in position. So if you listen later on here this model, you will have a big sound difference whether you stay on the other side or just in the middle. With these speakers, these are sensitive, and it's made for meter bridges with a window behind where you can look into the recording room, and for a very small sweet spot. But if you want to offer for bigger audience a good result, then you should place these speaker vertical. It could be also a solution for you to put it
In vertical position.
in a vertical position and play a little bit where the woofer should
Что-то я ставил, никаких изменений.
He was trying and there is no result.
А7
Okay.
то же самое.
And A7 he has the same.
Тогда переверни наоборот. поставь.
Ничего не будет.
Почему бы нет? Почему бы нет?
Мониторы установлены свободно на стойках или нам надо...
На стойках, но очень правильные, тяжелые. То есть, всё. А вот еще интересно, страна-производитель. Это Германия или Китай?
What is the country of origin?
China.
А
для
топовых моделей? Для 307?
Нет.
What about top models?
For all
Top models are mixed. The way is for these models, the production is indeed in China, but every speaker is coming to Berlin, is unpacked, will checked in every function, dip switches, amplifiers, and the final adjustment is also made in Berlin. So we are sure that the speaker is going out with the right testing. So and the Chinese companies are, if you have the right ones, in the meantime they can offer a good quality, and of course we are traveling to China, check the production.
When I was at Berlin 4th of January, and Andreas was planning to go to China.
And he is also in March again in China, so it's a quite close
And
contact.
do you know originally Adam produced at China or at anyway? They declare that they produce at Germany. But
yeah, it's different, or it's a little bit difficult to explain because a lot of parts, of course, coming from China, but the final collection is in Germany. But you can see nearly every product what is produced in Europe has a lot of components from China.
Может
so
такое быть, что как бы компоненты делаются там, а окончательная сборка.
I don't want to know how many Chinese parts are in a BMW or something like that. So it's,
Конечно.
Все очень хорошо, ребята. Не
Да,
волнуйтесь.
не парьтесь.
Я там был, там прилично.
Хорошо, хоть ты вернулся.
меня
А
глаза
ценовая,
не подходят.
ценовая категория какая будет по сравнению с Адамом хотя бы с тем?
И возможно ли кросс-грейды для лояльных пользователей?
В Европе эти мониторы стоят чуть-чуть дороже, чем Адам, но для Украины я поставил цену пока что чуть-чуть дешевле, чем Адам. Ну,
Какой
Адам
именно
аналогичная
Адам?
модель.
Адам разный есть.
Становитесь в очередь.
На самом деле, насколько я знаю прайсы, то это объясню, как дистрибьютор Адама. Значит, по цене вот это будет стоить посередине между А-серией и С-серией. Поэтому я бы не сказал, что это будет дешево, но это будет и недорого.
Ну, например, я сейчас просто еще цен не помню розничных. 204 модель, 204 модель,
Нет, вот это.
самая
Нет, которая
маленькая.
пятая.
Я ее хочу продать за 309 евро штука.
Ну
пятая?
вот, третьи стоят
310.
300 баксов. То есть, грубо говоря,
Сильно интересует пятерки.
Да, да, да,
разные.
все,
По
все.
звучанию. Вот
от пятерки, да.
А я найду блокнот, я найду блокнот, он где-то здесь, и я скажу цену. Но если есть интернет, то можно
Вот лично
поставить.
мое замечание, да, где-то даже в стороне, звук пятерок узнается. Вот
Ох, ребята, люблю я
они
вас.
далеко стоят. Да, может, можно расслышать. Но вот стоит там, вот реально пятерки.